You know, I love sharing my process, but when I'm in the middle of something big, like a new album or something like that, I get so absorbed that I focus on one thing only. I forget everything around me and I just make whatever I want to make. Everything else falls by the wayside. Photography, videos, and of course, sleep and other unimportant things like that. And then one day it's done and I emerge from the studio slightly dazed, not entirely sure where the last few months went. I've come here today with my Diana, one of my Dianas. This one is giving me quite a lot of trouble. The forwarding is not working on it really well, so I have to, strain my fingers a bit. And it is very cute though. It is the Snowcat edition, and that's primarily why I got it. I also fired off a few shots with my Lumix and the Canon 50mm f 1.4, and that's an LTM lens. I really like that one. It's so pretty. It has this really wonderful bokeh, so I'm enjoying this a lot in the forest. I took the picture for the album cover of Dreams Long Forgotten, my new album, with this combination, and it's really lovely. That was actually really cool. I was walking around with my brother, and we were in this nature preserve here, which is like a bird preserve. It's right at the river delta, and there were sheep and all sorts of things. And I walk into this little stretch of forest, and suddenly I see this white rabbit. And I thought I was imagining things because there were no other rabbits, and you don't see white rabbits often in nature, so quite funny. And then I took a few pictures, and I even managed to get some video of it. I went back, and my brother had seen nothing of it. Mm-hmm. I really thought that if I didn't have the pictures, it would have been like, that never happened. It was so surreal. And I thought it was so fitting for the album. The cool thing is, if you zoom in on that picture, you actually realize that the eye of the rabbit is actually a leaf, which is so cool. And of course you don't see it when it's small, but I know that it's there, and it gives me so much joy. It was all around very surreal, and I felt, stealth ninja and so on. Pre-order for the album will be available on the 31st of October 2025. There will be a tape release this time, which is amazing. I'm working with El Manto Records on this release, and it will be handmade tape sleeves and all really, really cool. Limited edition, so check out the pre-order quickly because it might go quickly. I'm not quite sure. not sure how much demand there will be for tape, but I'm trying it out this time. This all started with field recordings, actually. I found them on an old SD card, and most of them were taken before the pandemic started. And it felt like someone else entirely recorded that. And that sparked something in me. So I started altering them and making music around it. It turned out really dreamy and otherworldly because I mangled the recordings quite a bit. There was a cement mixer that turned into whale sounds, pretty much. Stuff like that. I had so much fun doing this, and yeah, I also layered in recordings that I made after the pandemic started, everything that I found on that SD card. Some of it was electric interference that I recorded at some point, and the field recordings really play a big role in it, and I really enjoy how it turned out. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description, and there you can find the pre-order for it, for the tape release, and also digital if you want to check that out. I'm super excited to be doing a physical release this time. I always wanted to do that, and when I made this, I really thought it would be super suitable for tape. It even turned out in a way that both sides of the tape are almost exactly the same length. It wasn't entirely intentional, but it just turned out that way. So it all comes magically together, like the rabbit on the cover. You can also check out my bandcamp for older releases. There's Endless Nights and Hypnagogia, and those can give you an idea about what kind of music I make too, if there's not enough music for you in the pre-order. If you want to hear more about how I made this album, a longer video is already in preparation, and I will be going in depth with the techniques I used. So if you're interested in that, subscribe. If you want to support my channel, you can also like, comment, and so on and so forth, the usual YouTube thing. You can also support my channel on Ko-fi. That always helps out to finance more complicated projects like this album, and to spend more time on it, and also to spend more time on these videos. In any case, I hope I see you soon for another video. Bye!